We're Nicki and Carlo and we live in Positano, Italy, except we also just bought a house in Tuscany, which we're currently renovating, so we live there too. Join us as we turn this house and olive grove into a dream home and get to grips with living in two different parts of Italy.
Hello everywhere.
Good morning. We have come to take the dogs for a walk on the pathway of the gods, and it's a Sunday morning and there's nobody here. For now there's nobody here. It's obviously January and much quieter than it is in the summer. We've met one guy who goes for a jog every day here, which you can't really do in the summer because it's too crowded, but it's a nice alternative walk for us with the dogs on a sunny day. I actually prefer doing this in the afternoon when the sun's setting, but we might not have time this afternoon, so we decided to come now.
Se non ha un muro. Sembra una di quelle cose naturali che... Il Sentiero dei Dei è il sentiero più conosciuto qui, ma non è l'unico. Noi infatti questo non lo facciamo quasi mai perché c'è troppa gente, quindi andiamo su altri sentieri che sono forse meno belli di questo, ma sono comunque belli. Negli ultimi anni, con tantissime persone che vengono qua, il sentiero si era praticamente consumato, anche se è fatto di solita roccia, ma almeno in una parte del sentiero è stato risistemato e quindi è diciamo un po' più sicuro con questi vicino. È un vero piacere fare questo percorso, soprattutto in una giornata come oggi, che praticamente non abbiamo incontrato nessuno, è fuori stagione ed è bellissimo. Una cosa che sinceramente se uno viene a Positano è da fare, però pensate che è un percorso abbastanza lungo e molto impegnativo, ci vogliono le scarpe adatte e ci devi essere diciamo allenato per fare questo. E bisogna fare molta attenzione, ci sono stati abbastanza incidenti qua anche purtroppo mortali, quindi fate attenzione a quello che fate.
A hiking guide that I know told me about a time that she had an appointment with a YouTuber who wanted to come and do the Path of the Gods and film it, and this girl turned up in a pretty little summer dress and handmade leather Italian sandals, and the guide refused to take her. She said, you can't go like that, you need to have proper shoes, at least trainers, at least running shoes or hiking shoes. You can't go in little handmade Italian sandals. And this girl insisted, and the guide had to just say, no, I'm sorry, I'm cancelling the appointment. I can't take you like that. It's just dangerous in handmade sandals. It's not the best idea.
Sì, è anche una responsabilità per una guida portare qualcuno che vuole andare con i sandali. Non si va con i sandali qua.
Yeah. So make sure you've got your running shoes on at least. If you don't want to bring hiking boots, that's understandable. I wouldn't want to take my hiking boots if I was travelling on holiday with hand luggage, but at least a pair of running shoes, come on.
Anche da dire che io un giorno ho fatto, ma non l'ho fatto apposta, un amico mi ha invitato a fare un giro quando ero già in piazza, però ero con i sandali anche io. A quel punto ho iniziato a fare il percorso e poi ho tolto i sandali e sono andato a piedi scalzi. Però a quel tempo io andavo
everywhere.
Sempre a piedi scalzi, quindi.
Yeah. Lots of people in Positano walk around barefoot in the summer. It's quite a normal thing to do, and I actually did it one summer, and then I did it for the whole summer. I did it for like 6 months. I went barefoot, And when I went back to England, this is before I lived here, so when I went back to England at the end of the summer, there's never been anything as painful as going back into shoes after months and months without them. So I said I'd never do it again.
Sì, uno poi si abitua e non vuole tornare più indietro. Comunque tutti i capitani, marinai, tutti quelli che lavorano alla spiaggia sono tutti scalzi, nessuno di loro porta le scarpe.
Yeah. I feel like with all of these changes that have been made, the railings and the pathways, there's been the concrete bits and everything's being redone. You can see here this must be where they've got to. They must be just working their way along. I think they've just got to the end of where they're fixing the pathway. It sort of Disneyfied it in a way, I must say, because I can remember doing this pathway, well, years ago before it was discovered really, and it was just a wild, natural 300-year-old pathway, or probably more than 300 years old. And now it feels like it's been a little bit, the beginning bit where they've redone everything, it does feel like it's been made into a tourist attraction a little bit. Still beautiful though, and it's safer. All the railings obviously are stopping people falling off the edges. Can you imagine carrying a cement mixer all the way up here? That's a job in itself. And all these bags of cement, how do they bring them all here? Wow.
Tutti questi materiali per costruire sono stati portati qua dai muli. Ovviamente ci sono altre opzioni, c'è la possibilità di venire con un elicottero. Il problema però con l'elicottero è che non puoi scaricare la roba in ogni posto, c'è bisogno di uno spazio aperto dove non ci sono gli alberi, altrimenti può essere molto pericoloso. Ovviamente qua non c'è spazio, quindi in questo momento l'alternativa per questo tipo di percorso sono solo i muli.
And now we've just come across the little shelter that they've built for the workmen, obviously if it's raining, because it is winter. And this is obviously where they come and take shelter. Poor things. Very, very rudimentary. So just so you get an idea of how far into the path we are, we're probably about a 40-minute walk from Nocelle. So if it did start raining or thundering, it's not like they can just dash back into the village. And even if they did dash back into the village, there's absolutely nowhere for them to go. So I love the fact that they've built this little bench here. I think it's really cool. Carlo, you could do one like this for in our woods. We've got plenty of... It's really simple. Okay, I challenge you to make us a bench like that in the clearing in the woods.
Okay, I accept the challenge.
Yay! Indy, stop eating trees.
Questa è la parte del sentiero che ancora non è stata aggiustata.
I don't know whether they'll do much here. It's not really much they can do to it.
E insomma, non è che va proprio bene, dai.
It's all part of the hiking experience.
Yeah.
Non
Vabbè, okay.
You see, without the railings, there's a lot of very, very steep drop-offs like this. I don't want to go any closer to it, but it's maybe not the pathway to do if you're scared of heights in any way whatsoever, because there's lots of places like this, and there's some much, much worse ones further along, which we're not going that far today. And I don't know if they'll be able to get the railings all the way along, because I don't quite know where they'd fix them, because there's nowhere to put them. We're going to start heading back. Our intention was not to hike the Path of the Gods. Our intention was just to come out and have a dog walk. So we've done about 45 minutes and we need to go back now because we've got other things to do for the rest of the day. Good morning. It's not raining, even though it was supposed to, and we've decided we're going to jump in the car and head to
Amalfi to change cappuccino.
To change cappuccino. Yeah, we're going to go to Amalfi, have a wander around. We're going to meet up with Laura from Ciao Amalfi and just appreciate the non-rain weather.
beautiful lights today.
Yeah.
Really.
Still Christmas in Amalfi.
In the winter, when there's no traffic, it only takes about half an hour to drive to Amalfi from Positano. In the summer, it takes at least twice as long. Compared to sleepy Positano, Amalfi feels like a bustling, busy town. A lot of restaurants, bars and shops are still closed, but there seems to be more life and more people on the streets.
I've left Holly with Elizabeth for a moment. This is Laura from the Ciao Amalfi website and blog and Instagram. And we've known each other for about 15 years, I think, at least now, and we don't see each other often enough. Laura is also the author of the Amalfi Coast Moon Guides, which is a really, really good guidebook. And
that reminds me. I have.
Here we go.
The next, this is the most recent edition, the third edition of the book, which came out last autumn.
So this is the best guidebook to get because, and this is what I'm really, really into, is that it is written by Laura, who has lived in Amalfi for 17 years. So it's written by a local author. And I think that is one of the most important things to take into consideration when you're buying a guidebook.
And that's one thing I really love about Moon that I think not as many people know about. I mean, there are so many great guidebook companies. I'm not saying anything bad about it.
Yeah, sure.
But one of the things I love about Moon, if you haven't heard it, if you're not coming to the Amalfi Coast, also look for other destinations because they really do seek out local authors that live in the place that they write about. And I love that about them.
Yeah, I think it's really good. It's a really good book. I know also because every now and again when Laura does the Positano bit, I get a call and I get to sort of suggest a few things as well. And so I know that it's up to date and it's got everything in it that you would want. And it's available in all good bookshops on Amazon, Barnes and Noble in the States, Canada, Australia. You can find it anywhere. So if you're coming to the Amalfi Coast, or anywhere, just consider a moon guide.
Oh, and also, can I jump in? Yeah. There's also a moon guide to southern Italy, which has an excerpt of this book, and it also has my co-author Linda Saris. She lives in Sicily.
Okay.
She wrote Sicily and Puglia, and the second edition of Moon Southern Italy comes out in March.
Right.
And Linda Saris has also written a Moon Sicily book, which is amazing.
Wow.
So if you're going to Sicily, it's an entire book just
maybe
about
I'll
Sicily.
pick that one up for next time we go and visit Sarah and Luca. Brilliant. Thank you very much.
Thanks for coming.
It is market day in Amalfi. We have to head back now. Elizabeth has to go and pick up the kids from school. Laura has left us, found her husband at the market. It's been a nice morning in Amalfi.
We've spent a month in Positano and now it's time to head back to Tuscany for a while. We've had a lovely relaxing time here, a much needed break from renovating, painting and cleaning woodlands. We've picnicked at the beach, we've swam in the sea, lunched with friends, hiked up the mountain and relaxed at home. But Mama has decided she wants to come and stay for a while to see what all the fuss is about, so we thought it best to go now before she changes her mind.
time to go. I'm heading up to get the car and I'm gonna drive down and meet them by the bottom of the elevator. They're gonna go down and pick up Carlo's mum, give her a hand with her bags if she's still coming, and we'll all meet down there. Bye bye house, see you in a few weeks' time. It's always sad leaving. I'm sure I'll be fine once we get back to Tuscany though. Now that's a view that's hard to leave. Last time we left here, I claimed that it always rains the day we were leaving and I have to climb up all these steps in the rain. Well, I've proved myself wrong. It's absolutely beautiful today. It's actually harder to leave when it's like this than it is when it's raining. But at least I don't have to carry any bags up to the car because Carlo and Sky are going to take them down. Not that we've got much. We've got one bag of food that Sky won't eat and some vegetables from the garden, some lemons and stuff, and one little hand luggage rucksack between the two of us. That's it.
Allora, Nicki è andata a prendere l'auto e verrà qua sotto dove arriva l'ascensore. Noi adesso andiamo a prendere mamma, andiamo a prendere le sue valigie, prendiamo l'ascensore, andiamo giù, ci infiliamo nell'auto e andiamo in Toscana.
Okay, a quick stop to say goodbye to Elizabeth. She's at the Canetto bar, which is on my way, and then we'll be off. I'm going to take Sky to Piano di Sorrento and drop her. Oops, you're falling. Problem with hills. Take Sky to Piano di Sorrento and drop her off at the hairdressers, and I have to say goodbye to her. I'm gonna turn this off because I need to concentrate on doing a very, very tight U-turn now. Little known fact, there's a bar over here. I'm going to try and stop. Elizabeth's here and I want to say goodbye to her. It's not going to be the easiest place to pull over though. Let's see, maybe I'll just pull over here quickly. Yeah, that's fine.
Sì, piglia, no, facciamo da più, ora piglia 15 kg a me. Ciao.
Okay, let's look at the view from here quickly. Controluce, but now we need to go over there to pick up Carlo, Sky and Nonna.
Mamma, hai trovato un facchino?
Buongiorno.
Buongiorno.
I figli sono sempre più bravi.
Vieni Olli, vieni.
A scuola, fanno in Bilbao, no?
Meno male che vado a scuola. Almeno per 3-4 ore.
Eccoci
Ci
qua.
dobbiamo organizzare.
Sicuramente ci dobbiamo organizzare la moto. Olli, vieni qua.
Ti aspetto là, Rossa. Ah no, pensate che mi aveva accompagnato a me. Non ci... Ci sentiamo per gli auguri.
We dropped Sky off in Sorrento. She's not coming with us this time as she's got a big trip coming up soon. We drove along the windy coast road. It takes about an hour to get to the motorway where Vesuvius looms. We stopped for lunch halfway through the drive on the Lazio-Umbria border. Anticipation was building. What would Mama think of our new home?
Bellissimo. Perché la macchina è piena.
La nostra. Eccoci qua, siamo arrivati.
Terrible dog. We've arrived just in time for sunset.
Troppo bello, troppo bello.
Guarda la vista.
Bellissimo. Aspetta che sta.
Sali qua.
Ah. Bello, bello, bello. Le sedie sotto.
Ti piacciono le sedie, mamma?
Bella, bella proprio. E te la sogni a Positano una cosa così?
No, che dici, mamma? A Positano le case sono anche più belle di questa.
Sì, belle, però con tutto questo verde non la trovi.
No, ma poi anche se le case a Positano...
Devi andare a Castagnolo. No, ma questa è finta.
Abbiamo finta.
Hai a Castagnolo, là sopra non può darsi che la trovi. E questo è il cammino.
Sì.
Mamma mia. Che bello.
Mo facciamo.